I was always very curious on how much YouTubers actually got paid. In this video today, I'm gonna share with you how much I got paid in 2022 as a result of activity on this channel. Not just ads on YouTube, but also how much I got paid from sponsorships and all that other stuff. But unlike some other videos where you watch and they're like, here's what I did this past year on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. This channel started as a fitness channel where I was reviewing fitness products. So if you're somebody that you have an idea, you're thinking about, I'd like to start a YouTube channel, I hope today that I can inspire you to take that first step from somebody who has kind of gone around the world with this thing, made a little bit of money, made a lot of money, and let's break it down starting right now. What a weird year it was for me in 22, because in 2021, I had a phenomenal year. I made a lot of money, I made a lot of connections, I made a lot of content. This year, I didn't make as much content as I did in 21, and I also changed the topics a lot here in the last year. We were talking about things like credit cards, and then I would hop over to dividends, and I'd hop back to cryptocurrency, then I'd hop over here into like weird financial no man's land. And so there was a lot of things going on, so I think that definitely gave me a little bit of a negative impact. But as you see right here, 2,403,000 views in 2022, and that is roughly about 122,000 subscribers as of the recording of this video. So not bad. 2.4 million is actually, as you can see right here, 46% less than 2021, so a lot less views. Now, I gotta be honest, in 2021, we had a lot of stuff going on. We had the GameStop debacle, we had Robinhood going crazy, we had this cryptocurrency craze. There was a lot going on that I think just attracted a lot of people to watch those type of videos. So as far as how much money I made, first I'll break down how much I made on the ads, on the AdSense, and let's talk then about sponsorships and affiliate marketing and other ways that you can make money on YouTube, because this only makes up a portion of the overall income. In fact, it's a little bit less than 50% made here on the ads. Everything else made on the activities within YouTube. So let's look at the AdSense. Here we are at an estimated revenue in 2022 of $61,898.37. Look at the pay cut I got, 53% less than the year prior. In fact, I will hop over and show you that right now. In 2021, with 4.4 million views, I made an estimated revenue of $130,337. So yeah, that's quite a dip down, but remember, I wasn't posting as many videos this year and my content was a little bit different this year, but I'm okay with that. You can see like in the beginning of the year, things were looking pretty good. We were making about 257 a day, kind of dropped down here to 153 in February, popped back up, and then had a kind of a wild spring between 290, popping up here to 487, back down. And yes, that is $487 in one day. So that was $487 on April 13th. So that's kind of cool. Now my dream would be to make that $487 consistently, making that every single day. That would be amazing. But I'm okay with that, even these lows, because the highs make up for the lows. Then as we go through, I did become a little bit inconsistent here in October, November, and December of this past year. So you can see what a dip down here to about $100 a day. But I gotta say that myself from a couple years ago, when I first got started, if I would have looked at this and said, oh my gosh, I could make $139 a day on YouTube just posting videos in my part-time spare time. Wow, that's so exciting. So even if you don't have time right away to do this, if you got a lot more commitments, consider just getting started. And I know it's an uphill battle, because you look at this and you're like, well, tomorrow I'm not gonna make like $100. You start with making $0, and then you gotta have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time before you can even start making money on the ads on YouTube. Then at that point, you're only making like $1 or maybe 50 cents a day, and it feels like an ongoing struggle to make that kind of money. Now let's talk about the rest of the income that builds out everything before I show you a sneak behind what things looked like 10 years ago, how much money I used to make on my fitness channel, because there is a big difference between personal finance and fitness, and I want you guys to just kind of understand that, because depending on what you decide to talk about on YouTube, there are different ad rates, which I'll describe once we get to that point. Now, because of my different ad rates and my contracts with some of these sponsorships, I cannot break them down by the sponsorship, but I'll give you an estimated amount. So as far as sponsorships are concerned, I made around $23,000 this past year, and affiliate revenue of $53,000. So if I add that plus some additional miscellaneous income that I got from some additional side hustles that I use to promote my YouTube channel, I made a grand total in 2022 based on my activities here on YouTube of $138,000 $814. That to me is phenomenal. $138,000 is somebody's full-time income. And that's what I did doing these videos, and I hope that it brings value to you. Because when I do promote these affiliate links, and I do say things like, hey, if you sign up for Webull, you'll get 12 free stocks, link in the description below. Of course, there's two things that I look at. Number one, anything that I promote here on the channel from an affiliate perspective, I actually use the product. I have a rule that I do not promote anything on this channel unless I personally use it and continue to use it. So I've been using Webull, for example, for 2 years. If I promote things like Robinhood, I use that as well. If I promote things on like Amazon, like the equipment that I use here in the studio, I obviously use that every single day. So I don't, recommend things that I don't use, like bankrupt things like FTX. Is that too soon? I go through a very heavy screening process because it's my reputation. I don't want to go out there and give you guys a recommendation on some type of affiliate link just to make a buck. I'd rather make sure it brings value to you and it actually makes sense so you can live your best desired sweet life. So that goes through a lot, but it was really exciting to make that amount of money, and I hope that's inspiring to you. Just get started today and stay consistent. But it brings us to the fact that, okay, we saw that inconsistency could result in a pay cut. I mean, I went from making $130,000 just in AdSense alone down to $61,000 this past year. That's quite a pay cut. But then there's also the differences in the various different things that you talk about. Personal finance and things like that will always make a lot more money. Here's the best way to think about it. Let's say you go to a vegan convention. You're going to a convention center to learn about everybody that's vegan. Or maybe you're a vegan yourself and you're going to this convention to learn about recipes, to learn about different ways to be vegan. In that kind of scenario, do you think something like an all-American beef cheeseburger patty would be promoting their product at a vegan convention? Most likely not, right? So it's the same type of thing here on YouTube. When somebody wants to promote, when a particular company wants to promote their product, they want to make sure that they're targeting the best audience with the best avenue to make sure that their ad brings them some type of return. A lot of times personal finance will make a little bit more money as a result of some of the financial products that tend to show out a little bit more money for promoting to the right type of audience. So the first video I want to share with you is this one right here. Now, what's really interesting, this is a video I did in 2014. Very, very long time ago, but you're looking at actually in the last 28 days. This video has just about, I think it now crossed 1 million views since the day I posted it. And the video is about comparing P90X versus Insanity, which are home workout programs. In the last 28 days, I got 393 views, and as you see right there, I made $2.07. Now, this is a video I did way, way long ago. We're talking way back in 2014, and even though it's only $2 in a single month, that's like passive income. I posted that video so long ago and it's still getting views and it's still earning a small bit of revenue. But let me compare that to overall. So if I go back here to my analytics and I say since uploaded, let's look at the statistics. So this video got 1,008,000 views with an estimated revenue of only $2,967. Now that may seem like a lot, but just stick with me. I'm gonna break this down as to what the differences are between things like fitness versus things like personal finance. And if I click here on the revenue tab, this is what matters. $2.94 is what we call the RPM. And $2.94 means for every 1,000 views, I'll probably get around $2.94. If you think about it, only getting about 300 views in the last 28 days, with an RPM of 294, I'm not making that much money. So remember that number, 294. Now, if I hop back here to, let's say, debit card versus credit card, this is one of my other videos that I did, and I look at the revenue there, look at the RPM on debit card versus credit card, $13.81. Again, every 1,000 views, $13.81. Now, why is that? Because, of course, credit card companies, this could be an incredible video to promote their products on. So they're gonna put some ads and maybe throw a little bit more money. With something like, especially P90X versus Insanity, I mean, first of all, I'm talking about a specific product. So it could be competitors trying to steal people away from P90X or Insanity, or otherwise it might not really go that far. That's gonna be a huge difference between the type of content that you develop. So what that means is if you are talking about fitness or something that may have a lower RPM or a CPM, which is basically the same type of thing. That's an estimated amount. They're thinking right about $8 is what they would pay this type of video, but I'm actually ending up only getting $2.94 per 1,000 views. But if you're looking at something like only $8 per 1,000 views, yes, you're gonna need a lot more views. You're probably gonna need a lot more hustle in order to make the money that you want. And it all depends on how much you're aiming to make. If your goal is to make a ton of money and you're only getting about $8 in your CPM or even less on your actual RPM, well, then you're gonna have to put a lot more effort into getting a lot more views in order to turn that over, or more sponsorships and more opportunities that way. So hopping back here, I think 2022 was a phenomenal year. I will say, I'm super excited about the fact over $130,000 made just in this, and it's not to gloat or brag. This is to share because I used to get super inspired by all the different videos I saw on YouTube. And as a result of being inspired by those videos, I decided to go all in on YouTube. So I hope that this video inspires you to consider going all in on YouTube if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, I hope you just enjoyed this video. But hey, check out this video next. We'll see you on the next video.